Shows Philip Seymour Hoffman as Joe King, looking out his third-story office window. Shows through the window Phil Hartman on the ground outside, surrounded by undergroundlings, playing guitar and singing. Come gather, undergroundlings, it's high time you learned about a hero named Origin and a devil named King. We'll march till we drop the girls and lib fellas. We'll fight till the death, or else drop like antennas. So we'll march day and night by the king who is sour. He has the phone, but we have the power. Cuts back to Hoffman, who says, Jesus, for God's sake, these puritanical progressives. Over the intercom, Jan Hook says, Here is Dr. King. Hoffman, yes, what the hell do you want? Hooks, John Belushi is here to see you. Hoffman, all right, send him in. Belushi enters the office and sits down. Hoffman sits down and says, Johnny on the spot, how are you? What can I do to get this whole union thing fixed anyway? Belushi lights a cigarette and says, okay, the way I see it, there's been a secret ruling group that consists of George Coe, Chris Farley, Michael O'Donoghue, and Norm MacDonald. Behind the scenes, they've been trying to undermine you and are causing unrest among the other undergroundlings. Hoffman, Normie, okay, that's crazy. He's been as un-PC as anybody. Belushi, he's a double agent. Hoffman, whoa, Normie, a double agent? But why would he want to sabotage the show? Belushi, it's the name. Hoffman, S2 Normie, he's always been against the goddamn name. Belushi, dude, it should be Saturday Not Alive. Hoffman, what's wrong with Saturday Not Live? Belushi, who cares if it's fucking live or not? We're dead. We should be Saturday Not Alive. Not alive means dead. Hoffman gets up out of his chair, peers out the window and says, you know, it's not easy being an alter ego. One false move and bam. The whole family wants the original ego to take medication. Take a look at the logo. It was Saturday Not Alive, and then the A died. We put it on a tombstone. So now it's Saturday Not Live. Belushi. Well, if you're willing to bring the A back alive, it would cure the union unrest. Hoffman walks over to a drawer and pulls out a letter A. As he studies it in his hands, he says, Mr. Murphy gave me creative control. He insisted back in November of last year he wanted it to be Saturday Not Alive, and I told him, well, wouldn't it be cool if we killed the A? I wanted to be contrarian, of course. The easy name is Saturday Not Alive. But why not go for the road less traveled, you know? The word alive is too lively for such a dead show. Belushi. Oh, come on, man. Hoffman. Things got a little out of hand when I killed the A. I don't know, it's just this culture war and that lying son of a bitch Johnson. Anyway, is that all they want? Belushi. They also want you to stop being the narrator. Hoffman. What? Belushi. Your voice is a bit grating. Hoffman. Wow, okay, I performed a coup to get this show back and now you expect me to cede the title and narration? I mean, you gotta be fucking joking. Belushi. I thought you were Joe King. Hoffman hands Belushi the A and peers back out the window. Hoffman. To think, after all of my heroics, I have somehow become the villain. Belushi. You have been the villain the entire time. Gilda Radner as Liz Lemonade walks in and says, even though we need the A, and for you to stop narrating, we'd love for you to stick around as a villain for when the show gets all 30, Rocky. Hoffman. Here, from now on, Lemonade, you will be in charge of Saturday Not Alive, a show within a show, okay, where it's a different narrator and it's all PC and shit, okay? Whereas I will continue doing SNotL my way, okay? Okay, very good. live from Tom's Radner interrupts and says, also, how about we stop mentioning Mr. Murphy's phone and we just say, we're not alive? Hoffman, exactly, okay? You can do that for the show within the show. But here it's live from Tom's phone, we're not alive.
It's Saturday Night Live SNotL, starring an ever-evolving cast that is unionized and refuses to allow their names to be mentioned until their demands are met. Musical guest, Eddie Money, and your host, John McLaughlin. Ladies and gentlemen, John McLaughlin.
Applause, applause, applause. Shows John McLaughlin sitting in a chair. Shows Gilda Radner as Eleanor Clift. Phil Hartman as Mort Zuckerman. Richard Pryor as Clarence Page. And John Belushi as Pat Buchanan, all sitting in chairs around McLaughlin. Doot, 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 doot. Pardo.
From the nation's capital, the McLaughlin Group, an unrehearsed program presenting insight, opinions, and forecasts on the major issues of the day.
McLaughlin.
Issue 1, The Raid of Mar-a-Lago. The FBI executed a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago, the residence of former U.S. President Donald Trump, in Palm Beach, Florida on August 8, 2022. Agents seized 11 sets of classified documents. One set at the highest classification level, top secret sensitive compartmentalized information, 4 sets at the top secret level, 3 sets at the secret level, and 3 sets at the confidential level. The search warrant, released a few days after the search, showed that the FBI was investigating Trump for 3 possible federal crimes: removal or destruction of government records, destroying or concealing records with the intent to impede, obstruct, or influence federal government activity, and violating the Espionage Act regarding unauthorized retention of national defense information. Question: was the Mar-a-Lago raid a justified use of the Fed's police power, or was it a political stunt? Eleanor Clift.
Radner. Well, clearly it was inappropriate to refer to it as a raid. It was the execution of an authorized search warrant because probable cause of a crime was shown to a judge that gave the FBI the lawful authority to search for evidence of a crime. And as we know, that Trump is a failed insurrectionist who is hell-bent on destroying democracy. Of course it's unlawful for him to have in his possession documents that he was not allowed to have, and he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law for doing so. McLaughlin.
Pat Buchanan.
Belushi.
John, of course this was a political hack job of the most egregious sort. To think that a former president is being raided over what's stamped on paper. Like Senator Moynihan said, secrets in the federal government are whatever anyone with a stamp decides to stamp secret.
Pryor.
The law is the law, Pat. You can't just decide which laws you want to follow.
Belushi.
Obama trucked 30 million pages of his administration records to Chicago. Much of them classified, and we haven't seen him be raided.
McLaughlin.
Clarence Page.
Pryor.
That's not true that Obama kept any classified documents.
Belushi.
Are you kidding me, Clarence? Over 30 million pages and none of them were classified?
Pryor.
Well, Pat, it's been debunked that Obama even had these records. The National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, kind of like your favorite group, Pat, but with an extra A, they put out a statement saying they have exclusive legal and physical custody of Obama's presidential records. They took them to their own offices in Chicago, not under Obama, and further that the classified documents aren't even kept in Chicago, but instead D.C. So Republicans' attempts to drag Obama into Trump's mess is falling on deaf ears.
Belushi.
Where was this narrow when Trump left office? Do they not pick up his documents so they could leave him vulnerable to a political raid?
McLaughlin.
Mort Zuckerman.
Hartman.
Here, John, you know that I'm no fan of Donald Trump, but I don't know yet that the potential value of what the FBI did outweighs the possibility of political blowback.
Radner.
He committed crimes by having the documents.
Hartman.
If I may finish, Democrats have spent a lot of time, and rightly so in my opinion, casting Donald Trump as the big bad bully. Without anything in those documents that can be sold to the American public, however, without there being mutually assured destruction, could cause the public to think that he's not the bully, he's the one being bullied. And you run the risk of that anti-government rhetoric to ferment and spread, and he can make the case that he is the one being attacked unjustly by the government. So whatever they got, it better damn well be damning on Trump, or otherwise this is going to blow up in their faces.
McLaughlin.
Issue 2. Saturday Not Alive. Earlier in the cold open, Saturday Not Live SNotL creative director Joe King, fresh off his coup d'etat, was faced with growing pressure from his union opposition. He has struck a compromise where he will allow the aggrieved union members to do a show within a show, Saturday Not Alive, where there will be different narration and presumably more left-leaning and progressive.
Pat. Belushi.
John, I don't know why Joe King gave in. He just performed a wonderful coup d'etat to get the show back. And that's what people want. If they wanted some all-lived and bibbed, they can watch just about any other show on entertainment, audio sketch comedy or otherwise, where they will get that. Now he's going to try to placate progressives and meanwhile, potentially turning off the non-woke audience.
Pryor.
I think Saturday Not Alive is a step in the right direction. I think it will only serve to benefit women and people of color, and it can serve as a counterbalance to the misinformation provided on SNotL.
Hartman.
Look, it should have been Saturday Not Alive from the very beginning. It's a much better name. That being said, I think it's a wonderful idea to have a show within a show. In fact,
Pardo.
The Mort Zuckerman Group, a show within a show discussing the issues of the day.
McLaughlin.
I can see the appeal. How about you, Eleanor?
Radner.
Well, if I'll get paid double, I'll surely engage with the Mort Zuckerman Group. But as far as the dead shows, they should just scrap Joe King, Tom Murphy, and all of that. And have the show grounded in reality and out of all that ridiculous misinformation.
McLaughlin.
Issue 3. We have a wonderful show tonight. Eddie Money is here. So for you, we have 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags. We'll leave tonight. We'll be right back.